Hare Krishna. So, Shri Radha Madhavastra Sakhi Vrinda ki jai, Panchatattva Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, I welcome all the devotees to today's morning's Japa session and short Srimad Bhagavatam class. And I thank all the Japa leads who have come and did their service on behalf of my leaders. So, today now let's start this short Srimad Bhagavatam class with a short kirtan. जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा हरे कृष्ण ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरे कृष्ण. So we are reading from first canto Srimad Bhagavatam 17th chapter and 36th shloka. So let us recite this one. Kaliruvacha yatra kva vatha vatsyami sarvabhauma tavagnaya lakshye tatra tatrapi tvamateshu sharasanam. So the translation goes like this. O your majesty, though I may live anywhere and everywhere under your order, I shall see but you with the bows and arrows wherever I look. So the puppet goes like this. Personality of Kali could see that Maharaj Parikshit was the emperor of all lands all over the world, and thus anywhere he might live, he would have to meet with the same mood of the king. The personality of Kali was meant for mischief, and Parikshit Maharaj was meant for subduing all kinds of mischief mongers, especially the personality of Kali. It was better, therefore, for the personality of Kali to have been killed by the king then and there instead of being killed elsewhere. He was, after all, a surrendered soul before the king, and it was for the king to do what was required. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. So hereby, I request all dear Vaishnavas to kindly pray for me so that I could, talk according to Guru Parampara and pleasing to all Vaishnavas and Guru. Hare Krishna. So the translation, let's read again. O your majesty, though I may live anywhere and everywhere under your order, I shall see you with bows and arrows wherever I look. So here we understood that in previous verses, our Parikshit Maharaj, he could, he is what he got surrendered. The Kali got surrendered unto Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj is allowing him to live in his kingdom. But here, what happens if Kali lives in his kingdom, where, however, Kali is meant for doing mischief. Okay, so and Parikshit Maharaj is meant to subdue those mischief mongers. So, however, anytime, anywhere, Kali will meet Parikshit Maharaj in the same mood, and some or the other day he will be killed if he does like this. So here, that is what Kali is saying. Kali Purusha is saying that, oh, Your Majesty, wherever I may live, still I could see you with bows and arrows. Look, here Kali is very much afraid. So we'll learn in the next shlokas that he was trembling with fear. So he is very much afraid here. And in this context, we'll also learn about what are the qualities of an ideal leader, a king, and how the crimes in the society can be reduced. So that thing will be seeing here, because Parikshit Maharaj is such a powerful king here. Kali subduing Kali is not a small thing, because he is the one who can turn over all people's mind, right? But Parikshit Maharaj was such a strong and powerful king. He had such a good leadership that he could subdue the enemies. Hence, Kali got surrendered unto Parikshit Maharaj. So, what are those qualities by which a government in this context or a king should take care of, so that the things, the crimes which are happening in the society will be reduced? So, especially, I am taking here from Chanakya Arthashastra, as I've heard from Senior Vaishnava, that in Chanakya Arthashastra, there are three things of how a leader should be. So, first one is he should be vigilant. Hmm. So vigilant means he should keep eye on his subordinates, what they are they doing correctly? Because minds, they are flickery, and they'll change. So we have to, I mean, the leaders have to keep constant eye on the subordinates. Then a king should know when the punishment should be given. So punishments, they can be physical, they can be mental, like that. So punishments, how and when should be punishments given? So, and punishment should be given in such a way that, that fear of punishment should actually prevent the crime. Like those punishments should be given, and how much the punishment should be given, that is also a leader should take care of. So if the leader gives heavy punishments, like not correct heavy punishments, then he'll be called as a terrorist. And if the same leader does not give punishments at all, then he becomes useless, right? What is the use of such a leader who cannot control the crimes happening in the society? So like that, all these things we have to understand how much, when, and all these things. A king must be having a brahmana as his you know see what opinions should be taken by a brahmana. In these days, the opinions are given by the IAS officers, such kind of officers. But in the previous yugas and some 100 years ago, then monarchy was still prevalent, and here only Chanakya is there. Na? He is a brahmana, and he was giving the proper advices to the king. Like that, a Brahmana or a Vaishnava should be appointed to give perfect guidance, which are according to Shastra and Sadhu. So then one can understand how to lead the society well. In this age, they have made constitutions which they have written by themselves by consulting other people, but they have to keep it, mistake free every year. They have to correct it every year. So that thing is there, that is happening. But the constitution given by the Lord, Lord Shri Krishna in his Bhagavad Gita and other Vedas, they change. They'll never change. They'll always be true for any age, any time, any place, any circumstance. So, if the people, if the leaders take this advice of Krishna or given in the Shastras, then they will not have to suffer much. Because when they follow what Krishna wants, Krishna will take care of the rest. If they have Brahmanas as their advisors, then Krishna will take care of the all the society social issues. Hmm? So, uh, and punishments sometimes, uh, especially in this age, there are no heavy punishments which are given because in our Artha Shastra there are three instances of which punishments should be given to what crime. So, if there is a stealing happened in a house, the stealer should be crucified, it seems. So, such kind of punishment should be given. The stealer should be crucified. And if someone does robbery, so if someone does robbery and got caught, he should be hanged out with rope on a tree. So, he should be hanged. And then, if someone does kidnapping, so if someone kidnaps, then the punishment for that is he should be burnt alive. So these are the punishments which have to be given. But what is happening in these days? In these days, there are so much mistakes happening. Like there is, first of all, delayed verdict. Almost there are 1 crore criminal cases which are pending in this Constitution of India. So there are in the courts of India. So in that, there are 40 lakh cases, around 40 lakh cases, which are 10 years old. And most of the people who have got punishment, they already got bailed out. So, and people who are still there in the jails, they are getting, some of them are getting VIP treatment. So, all these things are happening in this judiciary system. And that's why in this age, general people, they get scared by police, and the criminals, they do not get scared by police. So that is what happening in this age. And there are things which are happening in front of our eyes and no actions are being taken. For example, in so many colleges and schools and universities, also in big cities, there are drugs being sold. And teachers know that, students know that, police might also know that, but there is no action being taken. And there are so many dirty movies which are also being released day by day, which are also being podcasted, even being they are also being seen in televisions, but nobody is taking care of that also. There are so many prostitutions going on, but still nobody is taking care of that. So all these things, they're happening because the leadership is not so strong. When the leadership is strong, like Parikshit Maharaj, then everybody will get protected. Even the animals will get protected. Even the citizens will get protected. Everyone loves such kind of a king who will give punishments perfectly. Like how much needed, when needed, he'll give. As punishment should be in such a way that the others should also get to know what is the effect, what is the punishment which is being given for their crimes, so that fear will avoid them from doing crimes. So look, if somebody is burnt alive for kidnapping, if somebody is hanged out for robbery, somebody is crucified for stealing, how can one dare to do that, right? So this kind of leadership, when it is prevalent in the countries, then crime rates will obviously go down. And Chanakya Pandit also says that the people who are kept in prisons, that prisons should be built alongside the road, it seems. Like people who are passing by that prison, they should be able to see what is happening to the person who did the crime, how he is being punished. Then the good citizens, they'll get satisfied, though, yeah, the people who are doing wrong, they are getting their punishments, so people will be satisfied. And also the mischievous people who wanted to do that crime, they'll also be prevented from that. So a leader is not just a leader, he is a servant of all the people. So we see everywhere in ISKCON, we say, servant, your servant, right? There might be a leader will be having much more responsibilities. He'll have to give much of his time, so for that, he must be in the mood of serving others. He should be a servant of servant for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. So, like that, even a king is also a servant of the people. So this democracy says of the people, by the people, for the people, but actually it's not upholding these principles. But in previous yugas, the kings who were actually monarchs, but still they upholded this, that they were for the people, they were of the people, people loved those kings, and they were they were serving the people with all their hearts. Example can be taken in the life of Janak Maharaj. So during Janak Maharaj's reign, there was a drought. So there was no rain, and people were shortage of food. So what Janak Maharaj did is he himself became a farmer, and the Brahmanas who had to do yagna, they became the ox. So they both together plowed the field, and there they begot Mother Sita. So this was the yagna which was done to get out of those drought situation, and after that they became good. So like that, a king should be ready to do anything for the people, right? Here Janak Maharaj did not think, oh, I am king, how can I be a farmer? No, he took that lower position and he tried to solve the problems of the citizens. And in the previous days, what was happening is the kings, they were you know they were secretly going into their kingdom without being noticed as a king. They were secretly going into the kingdom, and they were seeing what is happening on the ground level. Hmm? So in the ground level, what are the things happening? They were seeing, and then they would get the idea of how to, change or how to improve the situations of people. In this age, no leader would come to that thing, because they are only not safe to come in the ground level. Secretly, if they come, also enemies will get to know, and sometimes they can be killed. So such is the situation in this age. So all these things, even he can be a leader in a shorter level, like in a less this one, in a lower level he might be a leader, or in a higher level he might be a leader. A leader should be having all these things, all these qualities. So even the punishments, they are also of three types. Not the punishments of, it is how to have people do work. How to have people do service. For that, there are four things we all might be knowing, which is the Sama, Dana, Bheda, and Danda. So, like this, all these four principles, a leader should be knowing when to apply, which of these to apply, like that. A leader should be knowing. So first comes from Sama. He can just say to the person. And if he does not listen, then what happens? Dana. That means you can give something to him and he asks him to do something. Then comes the Beda, which is you can compare. Look, he's doing like that. Why don't you do like this? So that can be like Beda. And then comes the Danda. If you do not, generally we use Danda for children who could not do, right? So like that, Krishna is also very merciful. He gave danda to Kaliya. Hmm. So Krishna is also very, very good leader. Okay. He was knowing when the hoods of Kaliya, which hood will raise and how much, so that he would subdue that Kaliya. Like that, and he also gave the required punishment by which the Kaliya also had got the heart transformation, not just crime mentality, but he also got transformation of heart, and he became the a surrendered soul towards Krishna. And if we follow the ideal of Krishna, how he is leading others, and then of course it is the perfect follow example of a leadership. So I think I would stop here. So I would thank all the Vaishnavas and all the leaders for giving me this opportunity of sharing Srimad Bhagavatam. So if I have done any wrong, kindly forgive me. And it's only because of my anarthas. And if you have heard something very useful for your Krishna consciousness, it's all because of Guru Maharaj's mercy and all you Vaishnavas' prayers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much. Do you have time to take a question or two? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So devotees who have heard the class, and if they have a point or two to share or to ask question, you could do that now.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Pranam.
Today's verse was taken out very nicely. In this, we can note that Kali accepted Parikshit Maharaj, that he is the right person, he is the authorized person. And seeing the bow and arrow, it was a symbol that Parikshit Maharaj's power to punish the Kali. So that is the main reason why Kali was trembling. He was shivering with fear. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.